Let's do some back planning. I always try to keep things as close to 100% real on this channel as I can without, giving away my whole life. So I don't know if you saw this video where I created this cutie little spread with the Cozy Critter sticker book. I love this spread so much. My intention that week, which was, I guess, last week, my intention was to do an after the pen video with you guys because I know I haven't put one out in such a long time. I didn't write in it last week. As I said in my last video, it's been sort of a struggle lately, and I'm being 100% honest when I say sometimes I just can't get to it or don't write in it. I usually do, but lately I've been having a little bit of trouble. Sometimes I go through phases where I'll write in it for months and months every week, and then sometimes I go through phases where for a month or two I sort of struggle to keep up with it, and that's where I am right now, but it usually coincides with hard times in my life. So that's what's happening right now. I'm doing back planning in this spread for a couple of reasons. One, it's such a cute spread and I didn't want to leave it blank. Two, I love a full planner at the end of the year, or as close to a full planner as I can get. And I really like just having that to flip through. The other thing is I really love having a record of what I did in case I get framed for a murder. We've talked about that. Or in case I just want to look back and find something. Say I'm thinking, when did I do that again? I can look back through my planner and see it. Or if I just want to take a trip down memory lane and check out what I did in September 2022, I just love having it here, to look at. And of course, the other reason I thought I would do some back planning this week is to show you how I back plan, because I think it's important to realize that not everyone's always in their planner all the time, and that people do this once in a while. One thing to mention, it's okay to leave it blank. I have done that lots of times. Not lots, but yes, I do that once in a while. I will leave it blank. Sometimes I'll write a little note, and I think I've shown this to you guys before, but sometimes I write a little note that says didn't get around to writing this week, or oops, messed up, or can't adult, or something like that. And that's okay. But it's also okay to do back planning as well. What I usually do when I'm back planning is I look at several things. So I use my phone calendar, and I've talked about this before. I use my Google Calendar digitally combined with a paper planner because I need reminders of all kinds, and because I love paper planning, but also when I'm out and about, I don't carry my big planner with me, so I really like to have it on my phone to jot down appointments and stuff like that. And also because I set reminders on my phone to give me alarms and stuff like that, because I need that in addition to this. It is just how my brain works, especially this year. I have a lot of brain fog and seem to forget stuff. So what I look at when I'm back planning is a couple of things. I take out my phone, I look at the appointments that I had. I also take out my journal. So I'll show you my journal from last week. So I did fill out my journal last week. I used that new sticker book. It was one of those collaborations. Oh my gosh, I guess it was Wild. Yeah. So I pull out my phone, I look through that, I pull out my journal if I wrote in that. Also, I will sometimes go through my texts. If I'm really having trouble, say it's been a few weeks and I really want to back plan. I usually don't if it's been a few weeks, but if it has and I really want to do it, sometimes I'll actually look through my texts. I can see if there's any notes back and forth on meeting or things like that. One thing I don't usually do when I back plan is to-do lists. So my planner spreads are full of things to do, list after list, right? But luckily with this spread, I didn't put lines in it, so I don't have to worry so much about that. If you're someone who loves to write in lists of things you accomplished, which can sometimes be super helpful for our mental health, because if we're thinking we're not getting enough done, we're not productive, what's wrong with us, we're lazy, this and that, sometimes it's helpful to go back and write in a list of things you got done during the week. Now, that being said, I don't really remember too much about last week and what I did because of my brain fog lately, but I also don't always need to back plan to-do lists. It's not something I typically do. I like to back plan events, appointments, and other important things just so I have them in case I want to refer back. This spread was named Pet Parlor, and it was named by my patron, Sally Lustig. Thank you, Sally. She won a little contest for naming the spread because I couldn't think of a good name. When I am back planning, I always have the sticker book handy that I used for the spread because I like to fill in little places and things like that. Not necessary, but always cute in the end. All right. So the first thing I do when I back plan is typically a gratitude list because I put one in every week, and it's okay to do a couple in 1 week. Now this section over here was meant to be for priorities for the week, but since I'm back planning, I'm going to use it for gratitude. So up here, I'm just going to write things I'm grateful for this week. I'm using emoji 0.38, which is what I use for thin little writing in my planner. Things I'm grateful. I'll write 4 right there, 4 this week. Okay, I'm just gonna write in a couple of things that happened last week that I was happy about. All right, so those are 3 things. I typically will fill up, a lot of my sidebar with gratitude, but I'm just gonna do those 3 things. And then I think what I'll do here is put some stickers because since I'm back planning, I'm not writing a lot there, I don't think. So let's put a couple of stickers in to make it cute. Maybe like a decorative box, one of these. How about this one? Life is sweet. Because there's not as much color in it. I don't wanna put too much color in the sidebar. And it matches the rest. And also I don't have this dog on here. Let's name him. We're gonna name him Charlie. I don't know why, it's the first thing that came to mind. So we'll just write it in here. I don't usually write it, but let's do it. Charlie. So I'll remember this video. Down here, I don't know, maybe I'll write a note about back planning. I just want to fill this space. I know it's weird. I just like spaces filled up in my planner when I look back on the spread. So I will do a little bit of journaling about maybe sort of how I felt this week, even though I also have a journal, but I'll also talk about the back planning. On the 12th, I gave Bumble her heartworm medicine, and I do like to keep a record of that just so that I remember that. I'm gonna write that in. I have 2 pens here. This is a Tombow 491 dual brush pen, and this one's an acrylograph. It does not have a name on it. It's a light pink, and it's a 0.7 millimeter. So I'm gonna use the blue here because it's kind of far away from the blues, you know what I mean? So typically when I'm filling out my spreads for the week, I will keep all of the supplies and the sticker book sort of in a little container on my desk so that I can just grab it when I'm filling it out. But this time I decided on it all now, and I'm just gonna do it right here with you. I'm gonna write Bumble in like big letters here, even though it probably won't fit, we'll see. I squished it. All right, squished it together. I know it's hard to see. I'm actually gonna go over that again because it's a little light. And this isn't really the right color. The blue on this page is a little more blue-gray, but I had trouble finding the right pen for this, but I think that will do. Okay, so I'm just gonna write heartworm. Pill, or medicine, I guess. Okay, now I'm just gonna outline Bumble in this pen. You don't have to outline. I just like to outline. I think it makes it sort of fun and doodly looking, you know what I mean? Makes the light colors pop on the page. I want to try different fonts, like I said in my last video, but I have been lazy about it and not learning different fonts, and I need to maybe do that or try out different stuff. I know a lot of different fonts, but when I sit down to actually write in my planner, I'm kind of thinking, well, how do I do it? And then I just end up doing like regular letters. It happens like every time. Let's put a little sticker there because we have a little, space. And I'm a fan of filling up white spaces. You do you. No one has to do that. I just like doing it in my planner. Let's put a little fishy right here. Okay, there we go. That's Colby. Colby is our new fish that we just got, and he looks like Colby Jack cheese, so we named him Colby. I don't know if you saw that Instagram story, but yeah. Thanks for all your name suggestions, by the way. They were all really good, but we picked Colby because someone suggested Cheddar, and then we thought of Colby. Okay. That's all I had for Monday. I may or may not put stickers here. What I'm going to do is fill out first and then decide if I want any extra stickers. I don't necessarily need it. So on Tuesday, I had an appointment with a Lyme disease doctor, which I don't think I have chronic Lyme. However, I did have Lyme in the 2000s. I had the bullseye rash, I had everything. And, I've been having a lot of health problems lately, and a lot of them are symptoms of Lyme, so I'm ruling it out. I know chronic Lyme is controversial, but I'm trying to open my mind and figure out what's wrong with what's going on with my body. So one of the doctors I went to was a Lyme specialist, and so that appointment was on the 13th, and I just want to make sure I remember that's when it was. Of course, it's in my phone as well, but I like having it here too. So let me just write that in. I'm not going to do colored because these are colored, so I'm not going to write in her name. I typically don't do that for these videos or for Instagram, just because I like to keep some privacy of who my doctors are and stuff. Not that it matters that much. I need a little bit of control over my private life, so that's why I do that. Okay, and that was, not that I need to remember the time. I usually do put the time in though. I know that's kind of silly, but that was at 2 o'clock. Also, I just want to fill up that little space at the bottom. Okay. And then here I'm just gonna write Lyme doctor so I remember. Here I got blood taken, which was from this. So I'm just gonna write that in here just so that I remember that I got it done this day. And then here I am going to write that I paid my estimated taxes, because since I am self-employed, I have to pay estimated taxes every quarter. And I just want to make sure that I write it down so I remember I paid my taxes, I remember the day that I paid them, all that kind of stuff. So we are just going to write that in here as well. I'm going to do a little cursive, which means I have to bring cursive into the rest of the spread as well, because I like to kind of bring that sort of look around. Okay, so that's really it for this side. It's looking bare, and that's okay, like I said, but maybe I should put in a couple of little things. I mean, maybe some strips or something would be nice. Or maybe a couple of these, right? Let's maybe just like a little. We'll put this here, I guess. Even though there's pink there, maybe we should put it up here. I'm gonna put it right here, actually, so that that doesn't look so by itself up there. And then I'll put another one right here, I guess. Put this cat. Now that's gonna bring in black, so I'm gonna have to make sure I bring something like that to the other side to match it a little bit. Okay. And now these parts look, see, this is what I do. Even when I back plan, I start filling it all in. I start filling it in. I can't help myself. Let's look at those strips though. I don't know though that I want to separate it. How about these little ones? They're kind of cute. Reach for your dreams. We could put it like that. I mean, sure. We could put another one right there. Actually, I could put a little appointment sticker above that. How about a blue? We'll do it kind of crooked like the rest of them. All right, that might be enough. I know there's that blank space, but I don't care that much. I just wanted it to be cute when I flip through it. Okay, so the 15th, let's see. I had a lot going on this day, so I may even add in another box. Let's grab maybe a pink box. All right, let's do a smaller pink one. Down here, maybe. I'll do another little hanger. Okay. So on Thursday, I had a Patreon Zoom call at night. I had a haircut and, wait, was that? Now I'm getting confused. No, actually, see, this is what happens sometimes. On my calendar, it said Thursday, but I had to postpone. I had to switch the dates. So that was actually Wednesday. Darn it. I should move this to there and put another box right here. That was Wednesday because I had a therapy appointment here that I had to change. So I needed to change the night of the Patreon Zoom. So let me move this. I'm gonna need a little bit of undo for this one. This will take stickers off your page if you're new and don't know. That's what this is. And it won't leave residue or anything. You can see through it because I wrote on the other side. But that won't affect the pen or anything like that. Also, I'll be sure to link this and anything else I use in this video, I'll try to link if I can. All right, so let's let that sit for a minute and we'll put this here. You can kind of put it right over. I think I'm just gonna put it right over the undo. I think it'll work. Let's see. I think that's okay. So we'll wait and we'll put the patron Zoom call there. But here, Go Wild tickets went on sale and I bought them. So I'm gonna mark that down. And also I had a haircut and color. So I'm gonna write Go Wild here. I'll write bought Go Wild tickets since it did already happen. Let me know in the comments if you are going to go wild in 2023. I am very excited about it and hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will be pretty peaceful in my life and I will be able to go. I really hope so. The way things have been going lately, I don't know, but I'm really hoping to make it next year. I know I wanted to make it this year, but you know, it just was too difficult. So I'm excited for this one because it's in Washington, D.C. In fact, I'll write this in here. And I live about 3 hours out of Washington, so I don't have to fly. I'm excited. I'm gonna write no flying needed because I don't really like flying, and also it just feels easier not to. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just less I have to worry about, right? So, okay, this is done. So let's add another box, and it's gotta be one this color, I guess. So let's grab that. I'm gonna put this maybe a little, actually, should I put it over that one? It's kind of cute, let's do that. Put it like that. My page ripped a little bit. I want to do other colors, but over these, it's not going to look right. So maybe I should do something with the pink pen there or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just going to write Patreon Zoom call. I know what I can do. I'll write fun because we have such a good time at those. So here is my Archer and Olive acrylograph pen. You have to shake these before you use them. And I'll just write. Actually, I'll write it down here and do a little cute arrow. So I know it looks like this is going to go through to the other side, but it will not. It is actually paint. And you would think it would like go through or whatever, but no. It just sits on top of the paper. It's really cool. And I use these to color in stickers as well to change them up. Since they're opaque, you can change up your stickers if you are new here. If you're not, I'm sure you've seen me do that a bunch of times. But I really like these pens. If you do purchase any, you can get 10% off with code Bumble10, and that also helps me out if you use my code, so thank you for that. Let's let that dry for a minute. Once that's dry, I'm gonna outline it in black like I did with this. But let's move on to Thursday again. And let's write about my haircut. So I went to a new place, and I'm gonna get another one of these. This was feeling weird. I went to a new place and a new hairdresser. I've been trying to find a new place ever since I moved here, and oh my gosh, I'm having such a hard time. So I thought I liked this person. I'll talk about it. She wasn't bad. Like, I liked her personality, and she gave me a great haircut, and I thought I liked the color, but she didn't really give me what I wanted. I am really picky about my color, so I didn't really get what I wanted. It was very dark, very, very dark, which is okay. I wanted kind of dark with caramel highlights, and I told her I want a lot of dimension, right? What I got was like dark, and it was like almost gray. It was so ashy that I'm just writing in where it was and everything. It was so ashy that it was almost green. It was very gray. That happened to me last year. My hair turned green, so maybe it's my hair. I don't know. But I do not like it. Let's see. I'm gonna write in her name, which is a shame because I thought I would really like it, but not a fan of the color. Since there's this weird space on the side, I'm just gonna do this. So if you ever have like a weird area, you can just fill it with either little doodles or little lines for emphasis, that kind of thing. So we have like these spaces here. I don't really have anything else to put there. Maybe more of these things. Let's see, there's small ones, little pictures. Let's use a black one because this is almost black, right? Not really, but it says just show up. And then maybe a little something there. Let's outline this first. So sometimes I do journaling in my big planner. This is not my journal. It is my catch-all, which basically is, you know, everything, like obviously like appointments and to-do lists and all that kind of stuff. And then I have a separate creative journal. But once in a while, if I don't have enough, I'm gonna do a little arrow. If I don't have enough going on, my journaling can creep into my big planner. And if you need ideas for things to write, maybe your planner's too big for you or something like that, and you have nothing to write, I have 2 videos on it of what to write in your planner when you're not busy. So basically type in Planning with Bumble, planner not busy, and it will show up. Both those videos should show up. I have part 1 and part 2. There's lots of things you can write in your planner when you don't know what to write. I don't really know what to write here. I'm gonna write TGIF because it was Friday and I don't remember what I did. So yeah, TGIF. I mean, you can write whatever you want. You can write sunny day, or you can write, I don't know, drink your water, or yay. I mean, honestly, write whatever you want. It's not that serious, you know what I mean? Let's go back and look at these. I wanna fill in here a little bit, because I don't have a lot to write on the weekend either. Let's do a gold because we have a gold on that side. Okay, and then we'll put something else there. How about a little lamp? Oh, wait, there's more. Oh, how about this one? I don't have him down here. Oh, I didn't name that cat. That's Max. First thing that comes to mind. And this one is Georgie. There's a lot of pink right in this area, but I'm okay with that. We're gonna put another one right there, and it's going to be a little one. A little hat. Okay. All right, that just fills in those areas just a little bit. I think it makes it cuter. So I don't remember what we did on Friday. I don't remember. But I do remember that I was busy, because I've been busy ever since the Happy Planner release, super, super busy. So I'm going to write busy day, I know. So exciting and so descriptive, but sometimes I write stuff like that in to fill the space. I could also get, you know, a special quote and letter that or something, but I think this is fine. Busy day. I'm just doing it twice, like I said, because this pen is very, very light. And then I'll just write down here, so much work. Because I've had so much work. All right, let's outline this. Never has to be perfect when you're outlining, or when you're lettering for that matter. Does not have to ever be perfect. Remember that. Perfectly imperfect is better even than perfect. We are not computers. We don't need it to look like computerized. I mean, why would we want that? So busy day, so much work, TGIF. Maybe I'll put another little one up there, I don't know. But here on Saturday, I lightened my hair myself. I did. So I looked online for remedies for your hair's too dark or gray or green at the salon. What do you do? Because it was toner, you know, I guess it was the toner. So what I did, well, I'll write it down. And here I'm gonna do some pink. And the first thing I'm gonna write here is hair. And then I'll fill in lightened my. I usually do the big letters first. I don't know why. I guess because I wanna make sure they fit. And then I can fit the little letters around them. So I'm just gonna write hair in caps. No biggie. Okay, and now, oh, I forgot, I put cursive over here. So I do need a little bit of cursive on the page because I try to balance my fonts. I know, so weird. I'm gonna write lightened my, and then I'll outline that in a second. I'll just write myself. Eek. Okay, so what I did, if you ever are in a jam where your hair is just bad after the salon, it's way too dark, and you're like, what do I do? Go on YouTube and look up vitamin C, and it'll tell you what to do. So basically, I mixed vitamin C tablets. I'm gonna write it down. I crushed them up and mixed it with Head and Shoulders and a little water. And I was like, this isn't gonna work, you know? Oh my gosh, it lightened it so much with one time. I didn't have to do it more than once. It was crazy. All of that dark went away. Now, I was left with a little bit of red, but the highlights that she put in were a little bit caramel colored. It's not super red, it's a little red. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it like I did Thursday and Friday. It's like closer to what I wanted, but it's still not what I wanted. So I'm probably not gonna go back to her again, even though I liked her, because I just think she didn't, you know, give me what I want. So I may try the same salon with another stylist next time. Okay, so Sunday, I went shopping with my daughter, Kaylee. So I'm gonna write that in here. I'm just gonna write shop in big letters right on the page. We went to some outlets near me. There's outlets about 15 minutes from my house, and we shopped all day. I was so tired. It was so nice to hang out with her. I hadn't seen her in a few weeks, or like maybe a month, so we had a nice time. Shop with Kaylee at the outlets. Then I can just jot down what I bought. Bought one pair of shoes, that's it. We shopped all day, but my stomach wasn't feeling so hot that day. I was feeling kind of blah. And actually, maybe that's what I could put in this box. I was gonna put shop in this box, but I wanted to make it blue. I'm just gonna like journal a little bit in this box. I'll write, had lunch at food court and shopped for hours. Stomach was upset though, with a little sad face. That's another thing you can write in your planner, symptoms, if you have some health issues. That helps when you're looking back too. Okay, there's a couple of little spaces in here. I just want to maybe put a couple of little things. So we have this here. Let's put another one on the other side. I guess not the dark pink. Do what brings you joy. We'll just do a little one right here. And that might be enough. You know what we can do though? Since there's only these tiny spaces now, what we can do is add in little hearts or stars or something. I do that sometimes when I need to fill up little areas. So we could do some hearts. I'll outline these too for fun, right? It's just like, especially a spread like this that's really fun and whimsical, I like to just do little doodles. They don't have to be complicated doodles. Most of the time, I don't do complicated doodles. Most of the time, I just do little hearts and stuff because I don't usually have the time to do super complicated ones. But it's fun to do that too if you want. Maybe just little stars over here. I know, so exciting. When I'm doodling hearts and stars, I don't put them. Do you see how this is like 2 here and then 1 here? I don't do them evenly because I don't like it like that. All right, let's outline these because these are dry already. I'll just, and you just have to do it like really just, that's so easy, right? Anybody can do that. And then these have to dry for a second. Do we want anything else in here while we're waiting? Just underline that a little bit to add a little space there. I'm really trying to get this off so we can outline these a little. Again, when you're outlining, like seriously, do not have to be exact. That's still wet. I shouldn't have done that. You can also do little polka dots too. So say I want like little light blue polka dots here, right? Or you can do little twinkles too. I like doing those. Let's do a couple of those over here. These are easy doodles that really, and I do like some little dots in there too sometimes, that really anybody can do. It doesn't take a lot to make these little tiny doodles, right? So yeah, you can just, I can make these spirals, you know, whoops, that's kind of weird. That looks like a 6, but I don't care. You know, I can make these little dots or spirals or whatever, you know, add a couple of those in for fun to get this guy, and it's still not dry. And we're just gonna do that. I know it doesn't look great. I'm gonna wait for that to dry, but I will outline those after the video is done. Oh, let me just write in here that I do not like my hair. I'll just write disappointed. And then here I'll write much better. Maybe there needs to be something here. How about we do a little whoops, there, a little doodly thing there, and then let's do another one over here. You can always do those too. Okay, so that's a really fun spread, don't you think? I like it. I'm glad that I filled it out. I wasn't gonna do it, but I thought again that I would give you guys some ideas of how to back plan, and also by doing this video, kind of tell you it's okay. It's okay to do it, you know? Don't feel guilty on weeks that you just don't have time or you just don't get to your planner. Like, it's okay. Not everyone is in their planner 100% of the time, as I always say, so it's all good. Do your own thing. Just go for it, but trust yourself. All right. Thank you guys for watching if you're still here. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.